Today we'll be talking about citizen, and are you subject or are you not? Here is the 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the states where they reside. And they give you privileges instead of rights and immunities of citizens. Now let's go look at what subject means. Subject in constitutional law, one that owes allegiance to a sovereign and is governed by his law. Men in free governments are subjects as well as citizens. As citizens, they enjoy the rights and franchises. As subjects, they are bound to obey laws. Okay, but subject still means one who owes allegiance to the sovereign. And in a republic, the people are sovereign. Now, some people like to debate with me and they say that it says subject to. Well, here's the definition for subject to. Conditional or dependent on something. So it can be conditional. You don't have to be subject to it. Being under domination as of a authority or government subject to the whim of the boss. Well, they definitely have us under domination, and I think that that's kind of part of the problem. Exposed or open to undesirable or unfortunate criticism. I think we're exposed and open to unfortunate instances for sure. Liable or prone to suffer something. I think the citizens definitely do that. They are subject to those things. Now let's break down this word allegiance. Okay, we're going to use some etymology. And we all know what all means. So you pledge allegiance. That means you pledge all to your liege. And here's the definition of liege. Bound by a feudal tenure, obligated to be faithful and loyal to a superior, as a vassal to his lord. Subject, faithful, as a liege man. Liege supra is a noun. A lord or superior, a sovereign. But in a republic, the people are sovereign. So if they pledge allegiance, they give up that sovereignty willingly for the privileges of being a citizen. The last part of allegiance is ance, the suffix, which means action or process of doing, instance of an action or process. And that's what you're doing, is that you are pledging all to your liege and you're giving up your sovereignty in a republic when you pledge allegiance to your nation. And this is how they kind of trick people into giving up their own sovereignty, because most people won't go and look this up for themselves, and you have to pledge allegiance from 1st grade to 8th grade when you're a child in school. Here is the definition for allegiance. Allegiance, the tie or obligation of a subject to his prince or government, the duty of fidelity to a king, government, or state. Every native or citizen owes allegiance to the government under which he is born. I thought we were supposed to be a free government that was ruled by laws, and we were supposed to be self-governing. Now, let's look at what Corpus Juris Secundum has to say on citizens. This is from Citizen Defined in Corpus Juris Secundum. In a larger sense, the term citizen denotes a person. Take note to that, a person who, as a member of a nation or of the body politic of a sovereign state, owes allegiance to and may claim reciprocal protection from its government. I don't know how much the government's really protecting its citizens right now, but whatever. It is also sometimes defined as a person who is domiciled in a country and who is a citizen, although neither native nor naturalized, in the sense that he or she takes his or her legal status from such country. Pursuant to English law, a citizen may be defined as an inhabitant of a city. A citizen pursuant to American law is, on the other hand, variously defined as a person who has a right to vote for representatives in Congress and other public office, who is qualified to fill offices, one of the sovereign people. The people are sovereign, not the person. A constituent member of the sovereignty is the people, synonymous with the people. Okay, so they're not using person there, they're using people, a constituent member of the sovereignty, a member of the civil state entitled to all of its privileges, and a free inhabitant born within the United States or naturalized under the laws of Congress. In a political sense, citizen may also be defined as a person who has the rights and privileges of a citizen of the United States or of a state or of the United States. The particular meaning of the word citizen is frequently dependent on the context in which it is found and must always be taken in a sense which best harmonizes with the subject matter in which it is used. A person may be considered a citizen for some purposes and not a citizen for other purposes, because they could be one of the people. The term citizen is generally not synonymous with elector or voter. In some jurisdictions, however, citizen is deemed the equivalent of an elector or a person entitled to vote and enjoy the general political privileges of the government under which he or she lives. The term citizen is used in defining a national of the United States. A national is defined as a person owing permanent allegiance to a state. There you go again, owing permanent allegiance to a state. While a national of the United States includes not only a citizen of the United States, but also persons who, though not a citizen of the United States, owes permanent allegiance to the United States. While all United States citizens are United States nationals, not all nationals are United States citizens. And there are so many places in here where it says that you owe allegiance as a citizen that I cannot even read them all because I'm trying to keep all of this pretty short, under 10 minutes. But look here where it says, thus, some persons are expressly guaranteed American citizenship by the United States Constitution. Citizenship is, however, a political status and may be defined and the privileges limited to some extent by Congress. And what has Congress been doing? They have been limiting the citizens' privileges until citizens really aren't going to have any privileges. I mean, there are already free speech zones in major cities. So, you don't have rights, you have privileges that can be limited. So if people quit pledging allegiance to be a citizen of the United States and formed a political society, we could turn the system on its head without a shot being fired. This is just a dream of mine, but I would like to see it happen in reality, because we all know what's really going on is wrong. Speaking of what is really going on being wrong, next time I will talk about how you could avoid paying taxes by not wanting to be an accessory to war crimes. Please stick with me. Thank you for listening this far. Bye-bye.